Zoomer. I'm going to read you just a couple of things, and then we're going to talk about something really cool that has been kind of floating around some other Zooms and also goes perfectly for, I think, the groups that Katie and I have created and just like the theme of what the next 90 days are going to be. So, if you've ever heard of positivity, positive energy, speaking positive thought, of the law of attraction. I mean, we've talked about a lot of these things before. I love that the Bird Group, which is kind of some of the mentorship that you get when you become elite and above. I'm sure that you've seen me and Katie talk about this planner before. All of these things have helped me become a better leader and a better person and overcoming, I think, burnout, overcoming negativity. Anytime that you feel like you're in a funk, I mean, who here has felt like they've been in a funk in their life? Um, for many people, it happens just about every 3 weeks, if you're a certain gender. But while we're talking tonight about what we're training on, I want you to think of the law of attraction. And if you need the quickest explanation of the law of attraction, think of simply like attracts like. Okay, it's the simplest way to think about it. Positive energy is attracted to positive thoughts, emotions, and feelings. Negative energy is attracted to negative thoughts, emotions, and feelings. I'm going to replace one of these words because I don't want to curse, but think crappy thoughts, feel crappy feelings, and you'll manifest a crappy reality. Think radiant thoughts, think radiant feelings, and you'll manifest a radiant reality. Your outer reality is an exact reflection of your inner reality. And guys, we actually can influence that and change it and redirect it. So, how you feel about your day, how you feel about your future, how you feel about your relationships, including everything that you're manifesting and trying to bring about for yourself and your family now and in 5 years, is the biggest predeterminant of what your future will actually end up looking and feeling like. That's really big because if you're thinking, my business is stagnant, my business is stuck, I don't have any energy, I really don't feel like working out today, I can't believe they said that about me. Those are the things that start to spiral versus turning that around and getting into action, because you actually have to believe something before you feel it, which kind of stinks. But it is a self-discipline of the mind to where if you act, the belief will come. And when the belief comes, it will happen. So I love that. It's something that I am studying right now in this new book that I talked to you guys about in the threads. If you want to get it and read it too, you can. You don't have to. There's no pressure. I know we've got a lot of things going on, but this is what the book looks like. It's called Unleash Your Inner Money Babe. For all you gentlemen, just replace it with sir. Get a Sharpie. Okay. But it's really good. And we have 10 people or more that have said that they want to do this too. So I'm going to make a Zoom and you guys can jump on and we can talk about it. It's not necessarily going to be something that I lead, and we're just going to talk about the things that we're learning in there. So you're welcome to do that. Be looking for the graphic. But I also really encourage you to get on board with the schedule that Katie and I have created, because we're getting really positive feedback from offering additional power hours and offering the Q&A sessions on Mondays and Fridays. We've both gotten really good feedback just from what's being shared in there. I think it gives us a place to have community with each other and to talk about what's going on in our business so that we can help each other. I mean, Katie and I today got on a Zoom with some other sideline friends just to talk about our business, and it was so encouraging, and it helps you not feel like you're on an island doing this by yourself. Okay, so I really encourage you to plug into what we've got going on. And if you need a Zoom, please reach out to us so that we can schedule you a business Zoom. All right. So we can make that presentation for you. Okay. Tonight we're going to talk about, or Katie, did you have anything that you wanted to add?
I just had like a little service announcement. And if you're in my coast to coast, you already saw this, but for your team, Lucy had asked a question earlier today as far as those of us who are going to convention and our spouses that are going to be golfing. Basically, you just register them under your master account. And then what will happen is as details are rolled out, they'll reach out to you for you to actually give them the name of your spouse if it's not actually you that's going to be golfing. So just a PSA. Outside of that, that's it.
I'm really excited to golf now. I'm not good. Okay. But a couple of other people are like, I just learned how yesterday. And I'm like, okay, I wouldn't be making too much of a fool of myself if I went golfing. So if you guys are considering it, convention is going to be so amazing, but there's not going to be a lot of time to necessarily talk one-on-one to maybe some of the people that you see on Q News all the time. And the charity golf tournament is a way for us to like go and rub shoulders and have lunch with the people that you see all the time at corporate. So you might consider it. I think I got the $50 ticket, but I think I might golf.
Yeah.
I don't
And
know.
if you don't want to golf, you can join me at the restaurant having a drink and socializing. Because I will not be golfing.
Just come drive my golf cart, okay? Be so fun. What did Lucy say? Said she got our tickets to the golf tournament today. Awesome! It's gonna be so fun. It's cool. Okay, tonight we are gonna be talking about recruiting your dream team person. So I'm gonna share my screen. Let's see. Can you guys see that okay? Okay. Why are you gray? All right, just a sec. There we go. Okay, so recruiting your dream team person, who they are and how to identify them. So this is just a reminder of like every single person here, we are the owners of our businesses and we are the only ones in charge. Like we shouldn't be giving our power away to anybody. And Tara talked about this a little bit on her Zoom, but sometimes when you're in the mix of your business and you start hearing different people's opinions, or maybe you're getting objections, it can be easy sometimes to give your power away to others. We cannot expect anybody else to save our business or to run our business for us. So, seeing new people being added into your business is a huge part of this, okay? But it's not going to save your business if you're stuck or if you're feeling like you don't know where to begin. The only thing that is going to save your business is you showing up consistently in action, personally recruiting and learning how to do that, screening people correctly, giving them a chance to learn how as time goes on, and then making sure that they are launched and they know how to reach out. So, a big part of this, when you're looking at people that you want to join you in your business is staying in action so they can see you lead by example. Like, don't get stuck in emotion. A lot of this is a discipline of the mind. So, get back to basics. Go back and watch your launch call if you've been here for a while. If you're new and you've never done a launch call, let's schedule that now. You can even teach yourself how to go and launch new people because it's the same system over and over and over again. I mean, you can go back to step 2 in the launch document, but I think one of the keys is learning and falling in love with the system, learning the invite process, how to use three-way messages and third-party validation and edification. One of our posts coming up in the BPE group is edification, and it's a huge part of this. You can be the hero in your own business. And so once you kind of have those basics, I mean, Fran's basics training in the movement is so simple. And it's one of my favorite things to go back and review and to teach new people. But then get into action. So, what I want you to do, if you haven't done it already, is to write out your ideal business partner, the description of what qualities they possess, as if you're going to put those qualities in an ad and go looking for them. So I did this before we started. I wrote it on a note card and I'm putting it by my computer just so I can remember the qualities that I'm looking for in a person that I want to work with. So your business will start to attract dream team people that fit that description once you do the work. You write the ad and identify them. Because remember, we talked about this at the beginning of this call, like attracts like. So once you've identified those characteristics, it tells your computer up here what to look for, and it's easier to identify them. Because when you set the intention in your business to look for those qualities, that's what you're going to find. And then go talk to more people because it really is a numbers game. You have to be intentional about meeting new people and giving them a chance to come into your business. Nobody else can do this for you. Okay. So, what I've been doing is I've been sending out a lot of different samples, both to existing customers who might not have ordered in a while, but also to new people who have been kind of watching my stuff. And I'm giving them a huge opportunity to have a product experience. New local friends that I'm meeting, I'm going to be inviting them to the event that I'm planning next week here in Hawaii. Like, I'm setting that intention and I'm looking for those positive qualities with the full belief that I'm going to find it. You may need to get a new list of 100 people. You may need to schedule a Zoom with your closest bronze or silver and go that extra mile to get help with reach outs if you're struggling, if you're not getting any responses back. And so, what I encourage you to do is write down 3 reasons why you want to work with a specific prospect, and then have those ready at that Zoom that you schedule with your closest bronze or silver for help and reach outs. And so the next thing is you're going to have to learn how to talk to other people about why you want to work with them because you get to choose who you work with. So exercise that right. Make sure that you are screening properly. And yes, not everyone who has been screened by your sponsor or your support team person that was in that third-party validation message with you is going to do something. There's going to be people that slip through the screening process and you're like, why aren't they doing anything? That happens. Expect it to happen. It's common. Okay. Even people who do have your dream team qualities may decide to take another path, and that's okay. But by identifying those qualities and then making sure that you tell them, it's going to help do a lot of that work for you. So, write down 3 or more things that you provide solutions for. So, what are the solutions that we provide to people? Health issues, helping people get out of debt. Maybe others are having inconsistent income and so they're looking for you. They're looking for something. Maybe you're talking to someone who is frustrated with their current income because there's a glass ceiling with no room to grow. Saturated markets, maybe with a different company, layoffs. I mean, you know what's happening in your conversations and what people are looking for in your network. Write those things down. And listen, you do not have to be an expert. All you have to know how to do is be a connector and practice the confidence to introduce people to a support person that can help answer their questions and show them that you and your support team have the solutions to their issues. And what that will do is that will keep your conversations very clear. You won't be necessarily saying, well, the conversation just kind of stopped. I didn't know where to take it after that. Because you are so clear on knowing what solutions you have to offer them, and asking them and seeing what they need, listening to what they're saying, and then becoming solution oriented. The magic message, okay? There isn't one. There's no magic message. But you do get to tell someone what makes them desirable in your business. So I'm going to give you an example of a message that has worked for me. And this may not be the right message for you to send to your person. But anytime that I have complimented someone and told them why I want them in my business, it's resulted in a Zoom with Fran. They were willing to listen to me. So this is what I sent recently. So, hey, Kelly, so I was thinking about you the other day during my fitness program, and I'm always inspired when you post your workouts and recipes because I respond to how well balanced and well rounded your social media is around your makeup branding. And frankly, I've always respected what you've done in your business. I mean, you know, I've loved being a customer for you as well. But listen, I've been thinking you've got to get your eyes on what I'm doing with Q, especially before this becomes $1 billion brand. Like, I know you get hit up all the time because of your influence and your success in the beauty realm. I know you love what you do, but I want to see if you could possibly be interested in a new venture that could complement what you're already building. So my friend Brittany joined back in November. She's already making over 200,000 a month. My mentor, Fran, has over, I don't know, 46-figure earners, including myself. And honestly, I 100% believe that you could do the same with your influence in our simple systems. So I'm just going to come out here and ask you, would you be willing to hop on a quick Zoom with me and my mentor, Fran, who makes over 120,000 a month doing this, to discuss the opportunity? And thank you for considering this, because truly, I just don't want this timing and opportunity to pass this by without me offering it to you, because I've never been more confident in a business opportunity. So I just came out and told her. I told her why I respected her, why I thought that she could do really well here, that I didn't want to miss the opportunity to tell her or be afraid of that. And this has resulted in an ongoing conversation. And it has with multiple other people as well, where I edited that message to reflect the qualities that I saw in them based on this list right here. So that's been the magic message. And then if you do have a team, it's really important that if you want to drive momentum again, that you inspect what to expect. So this is key to consistent growth that you can count on, regardless of if you have dream team members coming in regularly. Maybe you have a runway leg, maybe you don't. But this will help you know where to start building and start where you are. And you can talk to your sponsor or your silver upline leader about how to track your numbers in your business and to actually do the inspecting, so you know where your time is going. Let's say you take this list that you've written out and you've sent maybe, I don't know, 10, 15 messages every other day. Well, what are you going to do with those messages? How many of those people are getting on Zooms? Are you tracking that information weekly? Because if you know where those numbers are, you'll know what's falling through the cracks. Are those people who are getting on Zooms, are you stopping the conversation with them and they're not being screened? Are they not becoming customers or ambassadors? It'll tell you exactly where to spend your time. So, questions to ask yourself: are people falling through the cracks in your prospecting? Are people falling through the cracks on your customer list? Like, do your customers feel loved all month long, or do you only communicate with people at the end of the month? How often do you follow up with your prospects? Is there a plan in that? Are you tracking their names and how much like what you've sent them? Have you sent them samples? Have you followed up? Have you invited them to Zooms? Are you offering them a positive experience? Are you sending samples? Are you playing it cool, or are you acting desperate in the conversation? See, what I have found in my own business is that when I have a plan, when I'm tracking, I can relax because I know I'm doing the work. I know I'm making the best use of my time because it's organized. And it sends out this like positivity that, okay, she's not desperate just for a sale, but she's followed up with me multiple times and it's resulting with them signing up or purchasing product, which means I get paid. And that means you get paid. So, those are good questions to ask yourself. And talking to your team. Do you know what to expect in your business? You have to talk to your team if you want their buy in. If I know what you want, then you're more likely to show up, right? Because we're on the same page. How can I help you to your goal? That's what you should be asking people that you know want Olympic cash. Because this month, there's a lot of talk about collagen. I know Katie is really great at explaining this too, because she's seeing this firsthand in some other threads that she's in where they already have collagen with other companies. I would love for you to share with that, Katie, in a bit. But if you're only talking about collagen right now, you might miss the opportunity to help somebody on your team reach Olympic cash. Okay. So don't be you centered, be we centered when you're talking to your existing team about their goals. And then just start where you are and go get into action. And so at the end of the day, be the person you are wanting to attract in your business. Remember earlier when I said you can be the hero in your own business? It's not too late to start momentum. We have incredible timing with this comp plan, where we are in the company. So, regardless of what your business looks at today, you can turn it around tomorrow and the next day and 90 days from now. If convention wasn't even happening, you guys, you can be the driver of your own momentum. Jake talks about all the time how there's team momentum, there's company momentum, there's personal momentum. But you got to look at yourself, because have you done the homework to identify the right person for your business and set the intention to go get them? And how many of those type of people are you talking to? Because you can't be everything to everyone. You have to niche down. And maybe some of those qualities of the person that you would want to work with are unique to you. And so you'll never know what those qualities are if you don't write them down and focus on them and search for that person. That means my hashtags might be different than your hashtags on Instagram. And that's okay, because they're individual to you and what your content is saying and what means a lot to you. And when you are most genuine, when you talk to people and reach out, that magic message, it's going to come from your heart. And then it's going to be most effective. And you might find yourself bringing in as many people into this company as Katie Tufty is, because she is killing it right now. And so you are, girl. Just now unmute, Katie, because I want you to tell them what you've been saying about collagen and what's happening in other companies and all of this.
Yeah, so I love collagen. I am an avid user of collagen. And so when I saw that this was coming out, I went back to the other company that I'm buying from now. I'm not going to say names. And I started looking through their pages. I mean, you guys, one night, I was up till like 1 or 2 in the morning, and all I was doing is looking through their Facebook groups. I had my pad, my pen, I was like taking all the notes. They literally, and then I wrote Fran, like literally in the middle of the night. I'm like, this company just resold me on their collagen. And I like listed all these questions that I had for her, like corporate doing this and this and this and this, just kind of watching what they were doing and what's working. And she assured me, yes, even though not a whole lot has come out to us, they are working on a lot of things behind the scenes. But I also think of my own personality, and my personality is if one of my friends came to me and hard sold me on something about how amazing it was and how you need to be taking it and all that kind of stuff, I'm not going to wait 2 months to start taking it, right? Like I'm going to start looking at my own stuff to see what I could take. So it's this fine balance between getting like gauging excitement, seeing who's even interested, but not to the point where you're going to push them into a different direction. Because right now there are some good collagens out there. I will tell you what we're coming out with. Ashley and I were just told this today. They will be different from other companies, so that's really really exciting. But I do think that I'm going to be doing random polls on my Facebook page. Do you take collagen, powder or liquid? Just like, and I even like the idea of mixing it into a series of questions like, are you a coffee or tea drinker? Are you a morning or are you a night person? Do you take collagen or do you think it's a hype? Like whatever it might be, so it doesn't seem so salesy, because people can pick up on it, right? And we're doing is we're starting to build a list. As you're having conversations with people, if they're talking about, oh my gosh, I'm so tired and the wrinkles around my eyes, I'm like, ding, 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 writing you down for collagen. Or they're like, oh my gosh, my ankles, like I'm riding my Peloton and my knees hurt so bad, writing you down for collagen. So as I'm having just normal conversations with people, and I'm not one to pounce. Like if you know me at all, and you and I have had conversations about how I talk to people about products and how I talk to people about the opportunity, I love to ask a lot of questions and I sit back and I listen. I went to a brunch this weekend here in Denver with a whole group of women that I'd never met before. It was super intimidating. It was like walking into high school the very first day. And it was just one of those things where I just asked a lot of questions. And mentally, I'm making notes about these women. I never once brought up Q. I never once tried to push product on them. I literally was just asking questions. And now, as I'm getting to know them, there will be an opportunity where I will be able to bridge that conversation. And so I'm doing the same thing with collagen and all of the things and if you don't know much about collagen, do a simple search. It's huge right now. That's literally everywhere. I was standing in line at the grocery store before this call to get a prescription, and I look over and there's hydrate packs, which I know Heather has done a story about it in the ingredients. And then there was another powder collagen right next to it. I mean, it's literally everywhere. So I do think that this is going to be really huge, and just trying to ask questions and gauge people's interest so that when we do get within maybe a month, 3 weeks, or whatever, we can actively start to build a VIP list, you could say. I've those of you who are on my team, and Ashley and I were just going to merge it. We've been having conversations behind the scenes, but we did a vendor event, and we already have almost 200 people in that group, and I'm going to just be converting it to a new product VIP group. Where we're going to do giveaways, we're going to do just like fun engagement type stuff. And it'll be a place too that now we have all these people already there that we can talk to about the products. They're already kind of familiar with the products. That's one thing that I will say, this other company that I buy from, they do amazing. They have before and after pictures like you guys would not believe, like just so convincing. Even though we're not supposed to be the expert, we're supposed to be using third-party tools, which is why I asked Fran if corporate's going to be coming out with stuff, and she said yes. They do a lot of education around it. I knew nothing about collagen, but I also knew nothing about hemp, nothing about supplements, nothing about all the things before I started Q either, right? So it's just a learning process for all of us, and showing the value and showing how we are different, and then spinning it into a business opportunity. Like, here you are, you can now become part of this company that we're capitalizing, and I hate the word capitalizing because some people it gives like a bad taste in people's mouth, but we're capitalizing on these huge market trends that aren't going anywhere. People are paying attention to their bodies. They're getting healthy, not only for the today, but for 10, 15, 20 years from now. And so what can we take right now? I know a lot of you on this call tonight are athletes or former athletes. We still work out and we use and abuse our bodies. And so collagen is another thing a lot of people associate it with just skin and beauty related, but really there's so much to be said for collagen and our joints and pain and all that kind of stuff too. So there's going to be a couple different aspects and groups of people that we can talk to about it too. So I'm really, really excited. I'm kind of tempted to. Oh, and anyways, and I can't say too much, but Tara and Fran they're going to be doing a like a giveaway or something where you can buy in to try the collagen early on and be part of all of the before and after pictures. So I'm really excited about that too. So I know that they're rolling that out here soon.
So good. And y'all, I don't know about you, but on my qualities of people to look for, athlete is actually on that list because athletes are typically really driven. They have grit, they're tough, they're disciplined, they're committed. And so if you have people in your funnel who are athletes, they might be good people to start conversations now because they could possibly not only be interested in the product and being on your VIP list for September, but they could be good business partners too. So,
And a lot of them too understand the whole idea of quality and that quality matters, you
and
know.
team culture and coachability and all of those things. So good. So good.
So yeah,
One thing I was gonna do, okay, what is that show that Sheldon is on?
the Big Bang Theory. I love it. Hmm.
Yes. Yes, Big Bang Theory. Okay, so you know how he talks about like social contracts? And they're like, so rude. That's weird. He got mad in one of these episodes. He got mad that somebody gave him a gift because then he felt like he was in a social contract to give them something back. Well,
Hmm.
hashtag real talk. Let's talk about that for a second. Anytime that you send somebody a sample packet that's very generous, don't you think that they're going to be a little bit more open-minded of going on a VIP list where you keep them in the know of the best medical grade collagen on the market today? Probably shouldn't say that. That maybe that's not compliant, but I mean, you know what I mean. Don't you think they would be more open-minded to hear what you have to say when you've been very generous with them?
Hmm.
That's another way that you can be building that list. I love how creative Katie is. She's such a good example to us to know how to like get some of these new names and put intention into practice for building relationships. But don't forget to ask. Don't forget for that. Don't forget the ask at the end of that, where if I fill in the blank, will you fill in the blank? So if I keep you in the know, will you keep an open mind and listen to what I have to say about what's coming? So hopefully that gives you guys some good ideas. Let us know what you think about the slides. If that's something that you like in these trainings, we're always open to feedback. And any topics that y'all want to know in the future, let us know because we want to give you relevant stuff that's happening in your biz. So
And I will be making a graphic tonight. I'm doing a QIQ on Wednesday at 6 o'clock Mountain Standard, 7 o'clock Central Standard. So as we're inviting and we're having conversations, know that you can be inviting to my call on Wednesday. Fran is doing her call again on Thursday. That graphic is already in the movement. So that's going to kind of be the flow. Ashley and I are going to be alternating Wednesday nights. And then as other leaders here are doing QIQs, if you are working in a pod or doing a Fab Five, as you want to open them up to the group, that would be awesome. You definitely don't have to, but that is happening, and the graphic is to come. So.
Absolutely. And I will post that message example in the team threads, you guys. I saw your question, Melissa. All right, you guys. Well, have a great Monday. We're here for you. Let us know if you need anything. Y'all are awesome.
Bye, guys.
Bye.